Coronavirus is terrifying for everybody, even people who think they're not anxious or saying they're not anxious. I'm sure almost everybody must be, because this is a very worrying thing. And over the last 10 days, I've been really stressed because I've not been able to get things, food, basic supplies, even my medicines. And I've found that the stress has taken over and the anxiety. My anxiety has been so bad that I decided to make my own personal coronavirus plan. And I thought I'd share it with you just in case it would help anyone. So this is just based on my personal experience of things that have helped in the past with other situations. So I put, first of all, don't panic. Now, that's all very easy to say, but you don't plan to panic, you don't intend to panic. It's not attention seeking, it's just like a stress reaction. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You can try breathing exercises and all sorts of things, but I've found that talking to friends and family, I've also found an advice line that seems really good, Anxiety UK. It's a charity. They also have a YouTube channel and they've got videos about coronavirus, health anxiety, breathing exercises. So I think that's something that I need to check out. Number 2, I've put stay informed but don't spend all day worrying, and that's because you hear the figures going up of people who are sick and who have died, and it's really stressful. So I'm checking the BBC News first thing in the morning, and then in the early evening. I'm avoiding reading any news late at night because that stresses me and then I can't sleep. So I thought I should get all the facts of what we should and shouldn't be doing, work out a survival plan. That's not just a physical survival plan, that's a mental health survival plan as well. And I've found that routines really help me, and having a list, ticking off things and prioritising things that have to be done, things that don't have to be done, and things you want to do, and not spend the whole day just doing boring things. Number 3, don't stockpile. Well, this is something I can't do even if I wanted to. First of all, I don't have the money. Secondly, the shops are empty. It's really hard to get a delivery slot at the supermarket. I can't go out. Even without the restrictions, I can't do supermarket shopping. And right now I'm having to stay in because I have really bad asthma. So I made a list of the essentials that we need, the other things that we might want to get just to make life a little bit nicer while we're stuck at home. The medicines, if I had my rats, I would be looking at my pet supplies. And if you need to top up your electric or your phone, that's something else to look at. And I've put here that I would need at least 2 weeks of food for us, 1 month of my medicine, 1 month of pet supply. I put a month for pets because we can change our diet more easily than our animals can. It's a very worrying if you have diabetes or another condition that requires a special diet. So talk to your doctor or pharmacist. Diabetes UK is very good for information if you have diabetes. I put number 4, find help, friend or family or a charity volunteer. I'm looking at charities because their people are all checked out, and I think you have to have someone that you can trust, especially if they're collecting your medical supplies and things. So you really need to have someone, if you are stuck at home, who could get emergency supplies for you, maybe care for your animals if you weren't well, or your children, take your animals or you into appointments if necessary. Number 5, make a list. Now this was regarding local information, which I do check once a day. Things are changing day by day at the moment. People like doctors and vets and dentists never turn up, just always phone first. The vets all seem to be running, but they have put special measures in place. Number 6, hygiene. Follow the hand washing advice online. Don't get too close to people. Cough and sneeze into your tissue and dispose of it, that sort of things that we would do automatically. I've put here wash hands frequently, which is quite funny. People will laugh at that if they know me because I'm always washing my hands anyway, have a bit of a germ phobia. What I also need to do is to remember to use my hand cream afterwards because my hands are so dry. Luckily, I do have a few tubes of hand cream, even if I can't get the hand wash. Something that sort of goes under panicking as well is I haven't been able to buy any antibacterial cleaners or hand wash for quite a long time, about a month, so that panics me. But ordinary hand wash or soap is fine, providing you follow the advice. Lots of videos online about how long and how to wash your hands. I use microfiber cloths a lot for cleaning with hot water and my normal cleaners, and it's just about being extra careful when you come home, if you have been able to go out, that is. Now I put number 7, activity. Take advantage of the time at home. Now I don't mind being at home, and I think because I've got lots of creative hobbies, it's really nice for me to be able to, if I could just stop stressing, to actually spend that time being creative. So I'm going to do some painting, but I've put here some ideas of things that you could do, like write a book. Lots of people want to write a story or a book, they never get round to it. This is your ideal time to sit down and start writing. If you don't want to write, read a book. There's lots of free ones on Kindle online. Learn something new. This is a brilliant time to learn something new. Keep your mind occupied, because I've found that stress and anxiety is always worse if you are sitting around just thinking about the problem all the time. So just keeping yourself busy and active, that's really good. And vary your activities to prevent boredom. Stay active as you can be. If you've got a big garden away from people, then that's really excellent. But just remember, if you do go out, to keep away from people. I won't be going out at all for the next few weeks and just monitor the situation. Unfortunately, I don't have a nice big garden. I can't open my windows at the front of the house because that's onto the street. So I will try and get as much fresh air through the back as I can, and I've got my air purifiers I'll be using as well. There are indoor exercises you can do, and just remember to move about and do some stretching. Eat as well as you can, and this is going to be a worry, especially if you do have a medical condition. You just have to not stress too much and just try and do the best you can. Get enough sleep, because you need to make sure your immune system is as healthy as possible, but don't lie in bed all day sleeping, because this will mess up your nighttime sleeping. It's not something I would do. I don't sleep well anyway, but I am trying to sort of get more sleep at night than I would normally do, because if your body's very weak, you're more prone to catching infections and things. So this is my sort of personal plan. I'm going to do another video about how I would be caring for my animals, and another one on the art channel. And I really need to get back into doing my videos on a regular routine. I think now that we're stuck at home and we can't go out, it's just a really good time to catch up with all sorts of things, even if it's just spring cleaning your home. But I think another thing that you have to remember, I didn't put it on the list, but it is to be kind and understanding of other people. They may seem to be fine, they may seem to be like they're not worried or they're coping fine, but sometimes the people who are most stressed and most anxious, they don't tell other people. I don't really talk about my feelings much. I talk maybe more online and to my friends on the phone, but the people around me don't really know how stressed I get. So be really kind. I mean, I've had to say to my sons this week, I'm really stressed, I can't get my medicines, I can't get the right food, and they're so used to me just coping and dealing with everything that I don't think they realise. But on the other hand, I don't want to worry everyone with your stress, but you must talk to someone if you're feeling overwhelmed or very depressed. Just talk to someone and just be aware that the people around you are probably not coping as well as you think, and once you open up a discussion, it's so much easier. So just be kind and understanding and keep safe.